What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and today is Thursday, September 22nd, 2011. And the PS3 will be getting downloadable content for Battlefield 3 first, and EA and DICE reveal the system requirements for the PC version of the game. So if you only own a PlayStation 3 and are a huge fan of the Battlefield series, you have a reason to rejoice today. It has been confirmed that Sony will have time exclusivity for all Battlefield 3 downloadable content packs. According to DICE Junior Product Manager Tommy Ridling, all packs will be available to PS3 gamers 1 week early. You'll be happy to know that beginning with their first expansion pack, Battlefield 3 Back to Karkand, all full-blown upcoming expansion packs for the game will appear 1 week early exclusively on PS3. Brought to you by Sony, Ridling said. The Back to Karkand pack was announced earlier this year. Ridling describes it as a themed expansion pack containing 4 of the most loved maps from Battlefield 2, boldly reimagined in the Frostbite 2 engine. It also features new weapons and vehicles, unique in-game dog tags, new persistence, as well as new trophies. What's my opinion on this? I could just picture Steve Ballmer throwing things around his office, his armpits dripping with sweat, and him screaming, "Developers, developers, 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 developers." Yes! Oh no. Something much worse. Sony will only have a week heads up on downloadable content, but this is one of the biggest games of the year, and Sony got the exclusive content first. And I know many of the high-end execs at Microsoft right now are raging, because usually they get the timed exclusives.
Oh, Rich, you're such a PlayStation fanboy. Except when you talk about the PS Vita, how you think it's not going to sell well, then you hate PlayStation, you love Microsoft.
Can I win with any of you?
No, you can't, because you suck ass.
Anyway, moving on. So is Battlefield gonna make your PC cry and beg for mercy? Well, maybe. EA and DICE have revealed the minimum and recommended hardware on the game's beta site. You can also click the link below that I provided in the video description to check out the system specs for yourself. Now, what are my thoughts on the minimum requirements and the recommended requirements for Battlefield 3 for the PC? I'm actually surprised that the minimum requirements are as low as they are. I mean, they're only asking for a dual-core processor both from Intel and AMD, and hell, you could have an 8800 GT, which is a dinosaur of a video card now, and according to them, run Battlefield 3. Granted, you'll probably be running it at 20 frames per second on minimum system settings, but it will run nonetheless. Now, what concerns me personally about the recommended system settings is that they are exactly what is inside of my gaming PC. I have a quad-core processor, I have a GTX 560 Ti video card, which is a little bit above the recommended system settings, and everything else is on par with what their recommended system settings are. The only thing I have really above it is 8 gigabytes of RAM as opposed to 4. Now, with my gaming PC experience, what I've learned is when you see a box for a game and it shows you the recommended system settings and your system matches those exactly, that means your gaming rig is starting to become dated, and it won't be long that you'll have to start upgrading your hardware, because those recommended settings will very soon become the minimum system requirements to play games. And I have a feeling that Battlefield 3 is going to usher in a whole new era of in-game visuals, so it won't be long until having a GTX 560 Ti will be a minimum requirement to play games in the future. So what's your thoughts on these two Battlefield 3 stories? Are you shocked that Sony's going to be getting downloadable content first? And is your gaming PC going to be beast enough to handle Battlefield 3 the way it was meant to be played? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA.
Deodorant, 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 deodorant. Yeah?
I just got word that Sony's going to be getting downloadable content for Battlefield 3 first.
Get the fuck out of my office!
Ow.